Hi everyone, Mr. Lockwood here with another tip of the day, and it's number 19, all about cyber safety. And I know this is a massive topic, and I'm going to try and keep it to 5 minutes and share with you 3 key strategies. And of course, after this post, please add into the comments any other topics that you would like to hear more about for some strategies and advice. The first thing we encourage you to do to support online safety with your child is to be engaged, to be open, and to be supportive. What does that look like? It involves you getting involved with their activity online, whether that's for fun or for learning. Get involved, ask some questions. You might find time in the day where you can join them as part of those activities so that you're across and you have that common topic of conversation around what they're doing online. Keep the lines of communication open, and you can model that by talking to them about what you've been doing online. What type of work have you been doing? What platforms have you used? Might be types of music that you've been listening to, or games even that you've played online, and talking about those. Asking your child questions about how their learning's gone or the types of things they've been doing, any issues they might have come across whilst working online. Importantly, reassure your child that they can always come to you no matter what. We know that occasionally children will stumble across something that makes them feel uncomfortable or unsafe online. It's really important they know they can come and talk to you. And that doesn't mean the device being taken away or the internet being removed. They need to know that they'll be supported when they come to you. So that way they're going to come and tell us if they're feeling uncomfortable. And finally, you can encourage your child to learn about cyber safety and have conversations about the strategies and the risks with your child so that it's open and on the table. That's number 1, about keeping engaged and keeping open and being supportive. The second strategy is about setting and following some rules. And I know this is really tricky to do, particularly for those families that have numerous children or numerous devices in the house. But coming up with a family tech agreement or a set of rules for the devices and the online access, might be around the times that you're allowed to use them or the types of access that they have, is a really practical way for you to follow and set up those routines. And on the right hand side is an example of one, some rules. I will ask before I use the device. I will only use devices in shared spaces. I will only talk to people I know when I'm chatting or messaging. I will take turns and use kind words when I play. And importantly, involve the children in setting those rules. And also, you as a parent, model and lead the way, and you can follow those rules too. And importantly, make sure there's time where the devices are put down and the screens are off. Might be around dinner time or before bedtime, and set up those habits and those routines as part of those rules. Another one is around keeping the devices in a communal area. Rather than devices being taken into private areas or the bedroom, encourage them to be used only in the communal area of the home. That way it's easier for you as the parents to check in with what's happening on there, to ask questions of your child about what they're doing, and easier for you to manage. And number 3, there's lots of technical support that you can use to help you with keeping your child safe when online. So lots of parental control tools around blocking material, filtering search engines, monitoring what access they've had, and setting time limits on particular apps or access. So they're all things that there are support for through different technology. And I'll put a link at the end of this presentation to some of those practical things you can do. Another way you can support using the available technology is the browsing. You know that Google can be a bit of a minefield when you're doing searches on there. So practice some different strategies for managing that. It might be that your child has to ask you before they hit OK when using a search engine. Or you can use bookmarked websites only, things that you've marked as safe for them to use. Alternatively, on the right-hand side, Kiddle and Thinger are child-friendly search engines that you might want to download and have your child use. And often Google or Bing or Yahoo have safe search settings that you can adjust, which means when your child is searching, nothing inappropriate is going to come back. And I skipped over that point there around choosing the apps and games really carefully. So lots of those social media sites require users to be at least 13 years of age. So we encourage you to look carefully at the advice and the age requirements when downloading software for your child to be accessing. These are some resources that I'll put with the post so you can access them, but they might help you with some of those keeping safe strategies, cyberbullying, as well as the amount of time that your child is spending online, and some tips for managing that. A super quick presentation, but I hope it was useful with some practical things that you can apply. As I said at the beginning, please write any comments or questions or share anything that you might have used or resources you know of that can help us with this area. And happy to talk about other topics if there's anything that comes up in the comment box. Okay, thanks for listening.